Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on subject verb agreement. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. We're doing grade 1. Once you've selected grade 1, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of subject verb agreement. So our chapter is subject verb agreement. And this is a continuation of our previous lesson on subject verb agreement. All right. So our chapter is subject verb agreement. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 1. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of subject verb agreement is pronoun verb agreement. We need to complete the sentence with the base verb. And pronoun verb agreement, we need to complete the sentence with the base subject. That's going to be our lessons for today. All right. So on today's lesson, right, we said that when it comes to subject verb agreement, your subject needs to agree with the verb. So your subject needs to agree with the verb. If one person, one animal, one place, one thing does something, and then our verb needs to also be referring to that one person, and we call that singular. So which means that if our subject is singular, referring to one person, one animal, one place, one thing, doing something, and then our verb also needs to be in agreement of that, because then we need to have a singular verb. And if our verb is singular, and then it means that our verb, it ends with an S. So which means that in that sentence, we then need to add an S to our verb. But now, if our subject is plural, it refers to more than one person, more than one place, more than one animal, or more than one thing doing something. And then our subject, which is plural, needs to agree with our verb that also needs to be plural. And if our verb is plural, and then we do not add an S to our verb. So your verb is just going to be whatever the verb is without adding an S to the verb. And if we look at an example, right, or before we go on to our examples, we said some of our verbs, or in some of our sentences, it is about one person or it is about one thing, one boy or one girl, one animal or one thing doing something. And if we have a sentence where it is about one person or one thing, then in those sentence we add an S to our verb. So we add S to our verb. And we are going to make examples of it so that you can see how we need to add an S to our verb or what we specifically mean. For example, right? This refers to either one person doing something or referring to one thing doing something. It says she refers to one person. So she refers to one person. She walks the dog. This is our verb. So she walks the dog. What is she doing? Walks. And we added this. So walks and we add an is. Because it's one person doing something, which means that our verb, it ends with an is. Here's another example of a thing, right? It rolls. It is one thing. It can be any object. Rolls is our verb. So we say it rolls with an S under the bed. So if one person or one thing does a specific action, and then our verb ends with an S, like we see over here. And if some of our sentences, and then we also have some of our sentences that is about more than one person. So some of our sentence are more than one person. It refers to more than one person or more than one thing doing something. It can be two more people, two more things doing things. Then within those sentences where there's more than one person or more than one thing doing an action, in those sentences we do not add an is to a verb. We do not add an is to a verb. And if we look at an example, right, it says they make dinner. They refer to more than one person, right? So they refer to more than one person. Make is a verb. So what do? They make dinner. So no, we don't say makes dinner. We say make because we do not add an is to our verb. The next one also says we love ice cream. So we love ice cream. We refers to more than one person. And then love is our verb. So you can see we did not add an is to our verb love ice cream. No is. So remember when it comes to some of our verbs, right? We say that if a verb refers to one person or one thing, then we add an is. If some of our subject, if we're referring to more than one person within a sentence, then our verb do not end with an is. And in some of our sentences, if our sentence is about you doing something or I, let's say for example we make mention about you or we make mention about I. You do something, I do something. Then it means that we don't add an is to our verb. Meaning, an example is you eat an apple. You. It's almost like I'm referring to you. What do? Eat. That's our verb. So we don't say eats, we just say eat an apple. Something that you doing. You eat an apple. And then the last one, I. If I refer to, like, for example, if I make reference to myself, then I say I need. Need is our verb help. But I needs help. I only need help without the is. Right? So when it comes once again to When it comes to subject verb agreement, remember we said that if our sentence is about one person doing something, then it means that our sentence, we need to add an S to our verb within our sentence. And if in our sentence we refer to more than one person doing an action, and then we do not add an S to our verb. If we are making a reference of you doing something or I doing something, and then our verb does not end with an S. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. We're going to go over pronoun verb agreement to complete the sentence with the base verb, and then to complete the sentence with the base subject, and then we're going to our test. So we're going to complete the sentence by choosing the correct verb, right? So I'm going to write the verb in bracket, and then you are going to choose the correct one. It says, he the ball hard. Do we say he kicked the ball hard, or do we say he kicks the ball hard? Which one is correct? He refers to one person. Do we say he kicked the ball hard, or do we say he kicks the ball hard? One person doing something. And yes, if we were to complete the sentence, right, by showing that one person is doing an action, then we can say he kicks the ball. So well done. Because we said kicks, one person kicks, because we add an S to our verb. So well done. Kicks is correct. So kicks is correct. We add an S to our verb if it refers to one person doing something. They refers to more than one person. Do we say they laugh at the clown, or do we say they laughs at the clown? They is more than one person. Do you say they laugh at the clown, or they laughs at the clown? So they, more than one person, laugh at the clown, or they laughs at the clown. So which one is the correct one? One person doing more than one person doing something. Let's try again. More than one person doing something. And if we were to remember, we said that if more than one person do something, then we do not add an is. So we say they, meaning it's more than one person, they laugh at the clown. So more than one person laugh at the clown because we don't add an is to that verb if more than one person does something, right? But well done for trying. They, more than one person, they. So they, it's more than one person. Do we say they eats an orange or do we say they eat an orange? They eats an orange or do we say they eat an orange? Which one is correct? They is more than one person. Do they eat an orange or they eat an orange? Which one is correct? All right. So if more than one person does something, right? Remember, we said that if more than one person does something, then our verb does not end with an is. So well done. They eat orange. Oh, okay. It's not eat. I made up my own thing. Let's just say they eat oranges. Removes the trees. Let's remove the trees. They eat oranges without the trees. All right. So they eat oranges. We're not going to add the trees there. All right. So well done. They eat oranges. I couldn't think of a sentence. They grow orange trees. So well done. But eat is correct. Now we're going to start our test, right? So we're going to start our test. You need to complete the sentence by choosing the correct verb. Remember, we said that if more than one person, more than one thing does an action, our verb does not end with an S. If one person or one thing does something, our verb ends with an is. We is more than one person. Do we say we hold hands? Option one. or we holds hands. Option 2. Which one is correct? So we hold hands, option 1, or we holds hands, option 2. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option by saying more than one person does something, then yes, we can say we hold option 1. Well done. We hold option 1, hands. So well done. We hold hands. So we hold hands. Now we by the next one. More than one person again doing something. Do we say we stay with the Wilsons, option 1? Or do we say we stays with the Wilsons, option 2? Which one is correct? Option 1, we stay with the Wilsons. Or option 2, we stays with the Wilsons. So we refers to more than one person. Do we say option 1, stay? Or we, option 2, stays with the Wilsons? Which one is correct? All right. So we refers to more than one person. Do we say we stay? Option 1. We. Remember, it is we. It refers to more than one person. Do we say we stay? Option 1 with the Wilsons, or we stays with the Wilsons? We. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, we'll say we refers to more than one person. Stay with the Wilsons. Because remember, if more than one person does something, our verb does not end with an is. Right? It does not end with an is. So do we say they? All right, the next one says they is more than one person. Do we say they grow oranges trees? Or option two, they grows oranges trees. Which one is correct? Yes. And if we were to choose the correct option, we'll say yes, they grow. Option one, they grow oranges trees. So well done. Grow is correct. We refers to more than one person. We. Do we say we wins the game or we win the game? We wins the game or we win the game? So we, it's more than one person. Do we say we wins the game or option two, we win the game? Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct option, we're going to say we win. No S, just we win. Well done. The game. Well done. And then lastly, he. He, does it say he refers to one person? Do we say he work with my mother or he works with my mother? So he, remember we said if one person does something, then we say our verb ends with an S. So we say he works with my mother. So well done. So now we're going to complete the sentence with the best subject. So now we need to say, since our verb is given either with an S or is, we need to choose the correct subject that goes with it. right. Here it says, makes a loud noise. Makes a loud noise. Do we say it makes a loud noise? Or do we say they make a loud noise? Which one is correct? It makes a loud noise, or do we say they makes a loud noise? All right. So do we say it makes a loud noise, or do we say they make a loud noise? Which one is correct? It refers to our verb ends with an S. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, we would say that it makes a loud noise. One thing makes a loud sound. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, we already said that it makes loud noises. We already said that it comes over there. So well done. All right, let's go to our test. All right. We need to choose the correct pronoun. Laughs at the story. Laughs refers, it basically ends with an S. That is the verb. So do we say they, option one, laughs at the story, or do we say she, option two, laughs at the story? They or she? So they laughs at the story or she laughs at the story. And if we were to choose the correct answer, we will say she, because laughs is already ending with an S. Because laughs ends with an S, sorry. All right, done. The next one says, eat lunch in the park. Do we say they eat lunch in the park, or do we say she eats lunch in the park? Which one is correct? They eat lunch in the park, or she eat lunch in the park? Which one is correct? All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, do we say they eat lunch in the park, or do we say she eat lunch in the park? All right, so it's eat. If our verb is eat, then we say they eat lunch in the park. Yes, well done. So they is correct. The last one says, do we say it bark at the cats, or do we say they bark at the cat? It barks at the cat, or do we say they barks at the cat? All right. So do we say it bark at the cats, or do we say they bark at the cats? All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, we would say they bark at the cats. All right. All right, so this is the end of our lesson on subject verb agreement. We say that our subject needs to agree with our verb. If our subject is singular, then our verb does not end with an s. But if our subject is singular, it ends with an s. But if it is plural, referring to more than one person or thing, then our verb does not end with an s. All right. So if we say we say we do something. All right. So this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade ones, for joining the class. And I really hope you're going to have a good day further. Till next time. Goodbye.